This is a quick explanation of the evacuation zone workflow that's being used on the Ferguson fire. The Mariposa County Sheriff's is using a system called Nixle for releasing any information related to evacuation. Here's the most recent one. An evacuation order has been lifted for this particular area. And this is great because this information will get pushed out across multiple platforms. The challenge is that not everybody, especially people visiting the area, will know where these road locations are. And so the workflow here is to have predetermined evacuation zone polygons, which the GIS team has prepared in advance. But to be able to come into the internal map, this map requires a username and password, and to be able to quickly just edit some of the information that's in here. They can come in, and the most important thing is just to change the zone designation, in this case from an order to an advisory. They can add in any other relevant information, including the Nixle alert link. And I won't make the changes here because they've already made some changes. And this will show up on their public information map, as we showed you before. So you can see that this map is being driven by changes made on the internal map. But obviously the public gets a much less detailed map, mostly focused on evacuation orders and road closures. And you can see when it was updated and click on the link to find out more information. To take it a step further in the future, what they'd like to do is when these alerts go out, is actually share a link to the map, and you'll notice that the URL is driven by the extent of the map. You can take it a bit further and actually send it directly to the feature, so the public gets taken directly to the polygon that's been evacuated or the advisory status has changed. But in this case, we can just share the extent. If I copy this link and was to embed this in the alert, when the public opens the alert and they see a big link for map, it would take them right to the area that's being discussed, which is a lot more clear for people, especially if they're from outside the area. The next step is they'd like to use an application like this, which is focused specifically on looking up addresses and evacuation zones. So if I'm the member of the public and I want to see where my house is, I can simply type in an address or click on a point on the map. In this case, I'll type in an address. And rather than having to interpret the map, I quickly get an answer that this address is outside the evacuation zone. If they were in fact to type in an address, let's say that was in the red area, then they would get information that's an evacuation order and a link to take them to more information. And I think my favorite part about this evacuation lookup solution for emergency management is to, on the back end, we're recording all the clicks of citizens who have looked into this map and tried to find more information. All the addresses or places they've clicked on the map get tracked as little points here. And I can visualize that a few different ways, like a heat map, to see, okay, it looks like many residents in this area are interested in evacuation information. And we get all that data both as a layer, but also as a spreadsheet, so we can hand this off to others to investigate. So that's just a quick demonstration of the public information map and internal map workflow for evacuation zones. You'll want to look at the other video I showed you earlier about feature layer views, because that's what enables all of this to work. Secure internal editing with real-time public information. It's really critical in these emergencies. All right, thanks for watching.